A lot of people think Washington is a mother state. We don't see that so much. What we do see is that we have two parents who love their kids, and dad has been the breadwinner and he's away at work, and mom has been the homemaker and she's with the child. In those circumstances, the court's going to take into consideration that mom's the one doing the day-to-day things and dad's the one at work. When it comes to any kind of divorce or custody action, paternity, what have you, fathers sometimes have a disadvantage, and especially on a temporary basis, the court is going to favor mom for custody. Now, in other circumstances, you have an important argument to make if both the mom and the dad are working equally, your schedules are the same. It's very important to show that when it comes to the time and quality of time that you're spending with your child, you are equal. One thing that people don't understand when they go into court is that every matter in family law has several different phases. The very beginning, you're talking about starting the case. What happens next is usually what's called temporary orders. Temporary orders can be really disheartening, especially for dads, because a judge has to make a decision based on very limited information to preserve what's called the status quo. And so if mom convinces the court that status quo is dad doesn't spend very much time with the kids and he's always out with his friends, guess what? Dad's not going to get very much time with his kids in a temporary order. And dad takes that as a sign that he's not going to get a fair shake, that the system's rigged, and so he starts to give in. I don't think that the courts favor moms over dads, but I do think that the dads get taken advantage of quite a bit because they have an idea that they can't get a fair shake in the courts, or they get accused, falsely accused, of bad behavior, whether it's some kind of substance abuse thing or violence thing or immaturity or just absenteeism in general. And so rather than fight to establish as much time as possible with their kids, they roll over. They think that will be money down the drain. It does take a lot of resources, it takes a lot of time, and it takes careful planning. What we do is we sit down and we go over all the facts. We help dads determine what's going to be fair and what's worth fighting for. We make sure that if we are asking for a certain amount of time, that's going to be time that dad is going to be spending with the child. It's not always possible to get to a 50-50 plan. It's not always wise. But we do work with dads to make sure that that time they have with their kid is appropriate, is right, is just.